God, I hate that I have to redo this. The first one was so perfect. Oh my god. Hey people, I just want to apologize. I was all over the place in this video. This was the second time I'd had to record it. I was hopped up on flu meds, still sick, like you could hear it in my voice. So it is a little muddled, it is a little all over the place. So yeah, again, I apologize, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Hi videos, welcome if it's your first time. My name is Talia Adewale and this is DISBYDEM. Today I'm going to be talking about Beef, which is a Netflix dark comedy series which came out, I think, last week. Honestly, I can't remember. This is the second time I have had to do this review because my mic really messed me up the first time around. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I post new videos. And with that, let's get into this, people. So Beef stars Steven Yeun and Ali Wong, two people whose involvement in a road rage incident leads to this whole thing of just revenge after revenge and basically them getting obsessed with each other. So basically Danny, who's played by Steven Yeun, is a struggling contractor who is under the sway of his criminal cousin. His cousin is a straight up con artist whose influence in Danny's life led to him and his parents losing their motel and his parents having to move back to Korea to live with his uncle. So they lost everything in the United States because this cousin was dealing, apparently was counterfeit baby formula out of the motel, and he got busted, right? And so they shut down the motel, like bankrupt their business, closed it down, and Danny is still, you know, in contact with this guy. Like, that was stupid for me. First of all, I was like, no, that's just stupid, Danny. Like, I don't understand what you're doing, but that's fine. He's also taking care of his brother, who hasn't really plotted out his life yet. He has big dreams, but isn't really doing anything about it, and basically stays at home. Amy is an entrepreneur and a wife and a mother who is, like, she's just scared of losing everything that she's built. She's worked so hard. She's married to this guy who came from money, or was raised with the perception of money, I should say, because things unfold throughout the series. And he's a stay-at-home husband who is always saying, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. But she has to work and provide for this life that she has created for them, you know? And it's like, at first I was like, oh my god, what do you have to be angry about, you know? And then they start really going into their lives individually, and it was just horrible. Like, it's like the layers, honestly, the more they peel, the more you're like, just shut that book. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, because when you really think about it, these two people were horrible. They were terrible people. But by the end of it, you're just like, cycles deserve love too. And I just want you guys to find that and find somebody. The irony of this entire series is that when it started, I was like, these two people are the only ones who understand what the other person is going through. If they can only just table it out. You know, if it was like that movie Catfight where they just got a chance to beat the living shit out of each other and then become friends at the end of that. That would have solved so many problems. The things that they put themselves throughout the entire series, it was terrible. Was it hilarious? Yeah, there were some funny moments, but for the most part, it was more deep than anything. But I enjoyed it. That's just the truth. Let me just break it down and say I enjoyed it. Steven and Ali Wong's chemistry together, on-screen chemistry, and the way they hated each other and the way they bounced off each other was fantastic. I've loved for a long time. I think she's great. She's raunchy, she's funny, she doesn't care, she doesn't hold back, and I love that about her. Steven, I've only seen in Walking Dead, and I haven't even finished Walking Dead, you know, so I don't really know him as an actor per se, but in this he was fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. It does get very dark. Like, the second to the last episode and the last episode really go to a place that I was not even expecting at all. And there are some cliffhangers, so maybe be prepared for that. It really does take a dark turn at the end, and not for the worst. I've seen it twice since I've watched it because I really did enjoy their chemistry, and I wanted to actually really take my time and watch a lot of stuff and just break it down and understand what it was that they were both holding on to, and what it was in their backstory that led them to where they were, because they do delve into their individual stories, and that's when you start to realize that, especially Danny was horrible. What he did to his brother was unspeakable. When that scene was playing out, I was like this. I was like, no, 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 don't do it. But oh my god, the fact that somebody can do that to their kin, that hit me hard. I was like, no, Danny, you deserve to die. In that point, I was like, no, you're a horrible person. This is terrible. It ends in the end. In the end, I was still hoping, I was still rooting for Danny and Amy, because I honestly said that they do belong together. It's like these two people will balance each other out, because it's almost like one person's cycle will zero out the other person's cycle once they get together. And I think they do get there in the end. But it was crazy. It was a roller coaster ride, and I was definitely there for it, to be honest. I think the darkest or most disturbing thing or things about this entire series were the artwork that they presented at the beginning of every episode. Each one was more bizarre than the other, and I will be the first person to tell you that I don't know anything about art, so I know it's subjective, but those freaked the fuck out of me. And there's a whole video on YouTube, or a couple of them, where they explain the artwork, but I was just not interested, because I don't ever want to have to see those again, if I'm being honest. I wasn't a fan of how the husband treated her in the end. Yeah, I get it, she cheated, and that was wrong, but for him to just up and take their daughter away, that was honestly, that was lowbrow, and I hope that she does get her daughter back, or at least get visiting rights, but she does need to sort out some shit, because Amy was psycho in this. Amy was crazy, and I think that's what made it most interesting. Whenever Amy and Danny were on screen, you were just like, what are you guys gonna do next? What are you gonna freaking do next? And I want to know, because I'm excited. But no, I loved it. On a scale, I gave this an 8.9 out of 10. Definitely recommend. Just know it's different, it's dark. I watched it in one sitting, people. I started it and I was like, I have to finish. This has to be done. I did the same thing for Night Agent. That review is coming out shortly. But yeah, be sure to check it out. It's streaming on Netflix if you haven't seen it yet. I definitely recommend. Just know it has dark undertones there, and there's some things that might be hard for people to swallow about it, and that is fantastic. The acting was great, presentation was great, writing was great, directing was great, production was out of this world spectacular, and they did a great job. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I post new videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!